Today we're going to conclude the trilogy of the back testing and forward testing videos. We'll see where the important data comes from and the various tools and software that you can use in the process of collecting this data. Now, if you've not already seen parts 1 and 2, there's a link in the top right. And for those of you that have not yet downloaded the free, very powerful Excel spreadsheet, which will allow you to forward test your strategy in unforeseen data, you can download in the link below. I hope you find it useful. Sit back and enjoy. Okay, so just to recap, now these are the metrics that we spoke about in the last week's video. These are the very simple to understand metrics that you can either use some software, which we're going to be talking about in a moment, or indeed if you log each and every trade that you make on an Excel spreadsheet, you better work out these very key metrics. And it's these metrics that we use to gauge how successful indeed our strategy is in back testing, but also this data that we can use in our forward testing process to see the worst case scenario, how this strategy could perform in data unseen. So we have the win rate, which is the number of wins divided by the number of trades, simply percentage of winning trades. And the loss rate, obviously the opposite, the number of losing trades divided by the number of trades. A very simple calculation that you can make either manually or easy to obtain from your software. The average win is the total dollar profit of the profitable trades divided by the number of profitable trades. And the average loss, again the opposite, is the total dollar or monetary terms lost on the losing trades divided by the number of losing trades. The profit factor or the take profit ratio, the next two metrics here, very important. The total dollars of profit on a profitable trade divided by the total dollars lost on the losing trades. That's the profit factor. You'll see that on the software in a moment, very important. Then we've got the take profit ratio, which is the average win divided by the size of the average loss. Again, pretty much the same information as the profit factor. This information we use on our Excel spreadsheet, so you need to know how you can work that out. Then you've got the expectancy, which is the win rate times the average win divided by the loss rate, which is multiplied by the average loss. And the all-important drawdown, which of course is the percentage drop from the recent equity high to the equity low. So that's a quick recap of the data and the metrics that we discussed in the last couple of videos. I'll now switch off the camera and go straight onto the screens to show you where we can get this vital information to use in evaluating our strategy. Now, this first piece of software that I want to show you is Forex Tester 3. Now, I've been using Forex Tester 2 for multiple years. They've just upgraded it to the latest version. It's a very powerful tool, very useful in back testing your strategy if you're using manual trading. So you go through the charts candle by candle, looking at support and resistance, plotting in your buys and sells in line with your strategy. And of course, all the metrics are down here on the left that are being calculated as indeed you place your strategy in the back test environment. You can also run expert or automated strategies through this platform as well. Now, before I continue with the demonstration, I will say that if you want to take Forex Tester 3, you will get a concession on the price by going through the ForexSignals.com website. We've arranged some great deal for you there. So you can see it's a really cool piece of kit. You can scroll through the price chart with a click of a space bar, pulling up the next candle in the time frame that you've selected. You can also have multiple charts up as well. So here's the 1 hour. You can also have the anchor chart, the 4 hour and the daily as well. So you can load all price movements across all time frames at the click of the spacebar. And you can see if it aligns with your strategy and then indeed place your trade as you go. And as you do, the metrics down here on the left hand side, these also update as you would place a trade. So for example, at the moment, I've done a test today of 50 trades using pretty much the strategy we use and talk about in our trading room every day. So far in this back test over this period of time, which I've chosen, which was August to September or so, we've had 23 profitable trades only, and we've had 27 losing trades out of the 50. So we've actually had more losing trades than we've had profitable trades. So we can take this data and clearly work out what our win rate would be. So our win rate would be 23 divided by 50 equals 0.46 or 46%. And our loss rate is going to be 27 divided by the number of trades, 50, and that equals 0.54 or 54%. So clearly you can work out your win rate and loss rate by looking at those metrics down the left-hand side once you've done your back testing. Remember, these metrics are going to be used in our forward-looking Excel spreadsheet to look at the strategy in the unseen data to give a much clearer picture on how this strategy could perform. And if mathematics is not your thing, you can simply scroll down to the bottom and see the profitability, 46, or the loss probability is 54. So it works that for you there as well. Now the next metric we look at is the average win and the average loss. Again, this has been worked out for you. The average loss, $86.98. Average profit is $95.46. The next metric that we look for and use in evaluating a strategy is the profit factor, as you'll recall. Here the profit factor is showing 1.91. Indeed, quite a good profit factor for the testing period that I've just drawn up here. Okay. Now the other metric we look at is the take profit ratio, which, as you will recall, is the average win divided by the average loss. 195.46 divided by 86.8, these numbers here, equates to a take profit ratio of 2.25. And clearly, as you place new trades in the back test, you'll see the metrics on the left change as well. There's our little setup for our naked trading setup that we talk about in our trading room all day. So we can place a buy trade in there, buy stop, just above that swing high, with a stop below, and take profit target just roughly drawn somewhere up there. And indeed, you'll see now the metrics have changed accordingly. Take profit factor has gone up from 1.91 now to 1.97, and so on. Now, Forex Tester 3 is pretty good for the manual backtest. If you are indeed using an expert advisor or an EA or an MT4, then you may wish to use the strategy tester, which is available free on MT4. Let's have a quick look at that now. Okay, so here we are on MetaTrader 4, MT4. MT4 is free for most broker platforms, so you can backtest for free as well. What you need to do is go to View and open up your strategy tester. Now this is to test automated trading strategies. Now I've loaded one in here already. It's called the Commodity Channel Index EA. I've got some settings that I put in there as well. Now we can run this test. It's going to be between May of 2018 to the end of middle of June 2018. And we'll start the test using the criteria that I have set out in the settings. Now this will take a few minutes to complete, so I'll just catch up the video once that's done. Okay, so once the test has been completed, then you can go to the report down here on the toolbar at the bottom and look at the results of that testing period for that particular strategy. There you've got all the key data, the key metrics that we look for: the profit factor, the expected payoff, the average profitable trade, average losing trade, the largest profitable trade, the largest losing trade, the number of consecutive wins against the number of consecutive losses. You need to make sure that there's consistency in these numbers. You don't want to see a strategy that has a high percentage of winning trades only from long positions, because then that could mean that the data that you're testing over maybe was not as realistic in its distribution as it should be. So when you have all this data, you can use the calculations that I've shown you before, and then to start to use this data to look forward into the unseen data, again on that Excel spreadsheet, which is free to download below this video. So MT4 is very good when analysing automated trading strategies. Not so good when wanting to analyse manual trading strategies, which is best done by using good old-fashioned pen and paper and scroll through the candles one by one. Okay, so finally here is the infamous spreadsheet that I've been talking about. You ought to download free of charge. If you want a full walkthrough on how this works, go to the first video in this trilogy, and everything will be explained for you so that you can understand the workings of it. But basically it's here where you put all the data that you've got and gathered from your back testing, be it on Forex Tester 3, on MT4, or indeed using the good old-fashioned pen and paper and the scroll through of the candles. But now you know how to work out the key metrics that we use when evaluating a strategy. Okay, so as usual, I hope you found that useful and informative. Give me a thumbs up if you did, give me a thumbs down if you didn't. Don't forget to leave a comment. And more importantly now than ever, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because if you do, you're going to get notification and alerts when we stream live, which we're now going to be doing several times a week, myself and my other colleagues here at ForexSignals.com. We'll open up the floor to questions and answers. We'll be talking about market events, talking about key levels, and indeed trading opportunities. So to make sure you don't miss that, till the next video, happy trading and good luck.